Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to go over a couple of apps that I like to use when I'm uploading to my Instagram page. So if this is of any interest to you, go ahead and keep watching. I wanted to show you guys some of the apps that I like to use when I am organizing my Instagram stories or my posts. So the first app that I actually like to use is Pinterest, because I get inspired by various things that I like to see or want to see on my page. Poses that I want to maybe recreate, outfits, color grading almost, how I want my images to be. And then once I do that, I go ahead and of course take my pictures. Usually I will use either my iPhone 11 Pro or I will use my camera sometimes as well, depending on. For editing, I use VSCO, and while I'm in VSCO, lately I haven't been using any of the presets simply because, I don't know, they're just added fillers, but I just really haven't found like a preset that I really enjoy. So I actually have just been editing my images by just like messing with the exposure and the contrast and the sharpness and saturation here and there and the white balance to get the tone that I want in my images. Exactly that. So for instance, I have this image and I'll go to it. This one's already been edited, but like I said, just play with the exposure and see where I want it to be. I know I don't want it to be too dark, but I don't want it to be overexposed and light either. So I would do this at like a 1.2 for me. And like I said, I'll go ahead and mess with the contrast and play with that. I don't want my images to be overly saturated or overly too contrasty, and I kind of like just that soft natural look. So I'll play with the contrast, definitely bump up the sharpness, and like I said, I'll play with the white balance. If I see that the image has like too much yellow, I'll turn it down, or if it has too much green in it, again turn it down. And then yeah, that's the final image, and then I go ahead and save it to my camera roll. Another app that I like to use as well after VSCO is, now that I have my image filtered the way I want it to and I have the look that I want, so now I go ahead and use Preview. And Preview is a really great app because it helps for you to see how your layout is going to be on Instagram, and without you having to be inside Instagram and, you know, uploading the images so people can see it and they have to delete it. So yeah, Preview is really good for that. And organization wise, this is how I want my feed to look. I've already started to post some of these images, but this is what I use to just see how my feed's going to look. And the really cool thing about Preview is I can, you know, move around my images. So if I don't like the layout, I could easily move around my images, which is really nice. You could also, once you set your image the way you want it to lay out, you can then click on the image, and then you could even pre-write a caption like Sunday morning, like so. And then from there you can hit done. And actually I want to go back to that. You could also it's really cool, they have hashtag groups that you can use just by pressing the plus button. You can add a group of hashtags that maybe you already have to just automatically go into there. And I know that they had groups in here last time. Oh, you can find hashtags, so pertaining to whatever your image is, maybe let's say bed, so bedroom, it pulls up all these additional hashtags, which is really cool. And then you would just go ahead and, I believe, I don't really use this one too much, but as you can see up here, once you start to click on it, it automatically adds the hashtags, which is really cool. And then you could hit done. And yeah, if I wanted to post this, I would just go ahead and make sure the caption is copied, post on Instagram, and I would choose story or feed, and you know, it would automatically go into that, and I would hit next, next, and I believe I can paste, yep, automatically the hashtags. So it's a really cool app for that. I'm not going to post this. After I do preview, I then, so like I said, preview has hashtags within it, but I personally like to write long form captions sometimes. And so with that, I like to use the app Caption Writer. And what's really cool about Caption Writer is that you can write whatever it is that you want and space it however you want. Like so, I have a caption here already, and you can, you know, space it however you like. And from there, you would go to the plus sign here and hit copy with spaces. So now what happens is when I open this in Instagram, okay, so I guess it doesn't work like that. But let's say, for instance, I want to post this image. I can then paste it, and it's going to keep my same form, and it's going to stay like that when I post to my Instagram, which is really cool because sometimes you do this in like notes, or you write it within Instagram, you post it, and then it breaks up all of your wording. So if you want to eliminate that, I definitely recommend Caption Writer. This is a free app that you could use. So there's that. Now for stories, I personally love Canva. Pretty sure you heard about it because everyone talks about it. It's a really great app, just because there are so many templates on this app. You could do Instagram posts, Instagram stories, logos, Facebook posts, flyers, posters, anything you name it, they have it. And I'm more of a minimalist person, so there's a lot of minimal templates on here that one can use. But again, I love using the filters on this, and also the templates that they already have for you. So let's actually go through one and like create something from scratch. So let's say Instagram story, and let's go ahead and add a template. So see down here, they have all these templates that you can use. They're super easy, you don't even have to think about it, and sometimes there's like 7 of them, sometimes there's 1, but yeah, you don't even have to think about it, and that makes like content creating that much more fun, because you just take the photo and create, you know, your template that you want to use. So for example, let's go ahead and use let's do this one. So you get a simple template that you like, and then you can easily go ahead and, let's see, I didn't want to do that, so let's go, let's bring that back now. So yeah, you have it, and let's say replace it at this time. Okay, so you just click on the image that you want to change, and then simply click on whatever image it is that you want, and I want that, and then let's do this one. So boom, now you have that, and you are ready to download. You can also add text, you could add videos, you can add shapes. You know, if you wanted to add a shape here, you could. I mean, you can do anything. Sky's the limit with Canva. Like I said, it's free, it's convenient, it's fast, and I love using that app for all my stories, and side note, my thumbnails for YouTube and things like that. So yeah, and then of course you would save it and you can utilize that. Another app that I like to use is actually they're kind of 2 in the same, or 1 in the same. I like to use Unfold as well for stories because it's super simple. So again, I have some old ones here, but you would of course find a template that you like. So this is a paid service. They do offer you 1, I believe, group of templates that you can use for free. So I stick to that. I don't want to pay for it, so I just haven't. So again, I would come over here, choose a template that I like, choose some images that I like, hit done, and now I have a cool template. Again, you can choose the background color of this. You can add texture if you want. You could also add a text box and say like, you know, summer mood, things like that. And you could change the font on this. You could blow it up. You know, whatever it is that you want to do, you could do this on this app as well, which is really cool. I really like that horizon. Okay, so that's, you gotta pay for that. So if it has like a plus sign, you gotta pay for it. So we're not doing that, so we'll just go ahead and do that. So cool, you have summer mood, you can move this around like so. You know, whatever it is that you want to do, you could do it with unfold. And so yeah, and then again you would save it. And then the other app that I like to use also is Storyluxe. I feel like not a lot of people talk about Storyluxe, but with Storyluxe they have so many templates that you can use. You just have to be, again, this is a free service, but they also have the opportunity for you to buy some templates. I don't do that because there's just so many free ones out there, especially if you're using Canva. So with that, I mean, they have so many filters or templates on this app that you could use, and you just have to go through it and choose which one you want. But yeah, so for example, let's go ahead and use this one, and you click on your image that you want. Let's do Pharrell, GQ, and now you have a cute little template. Again, you could do backdrops with this and make it more personable. I don't think, okay, so yeah, you can text on it. Let's say Pharrell. Okay, so now there's his name. So cool. So yeah, you could definitely use this one too. Like I said, I go back and forth between all of them depending on what I'm looking for, but I really like those three apps for templates for your Instagram stories or posts. It just makes it super quick. You don't even have to think about it, and it looks good, it looks professional. Okay, so those were my favorite apps that I like to use for Instagram. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and like, and make sure before you leave, you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you again next week. Take care.